guys are already on hugging terms.
Yeah,
it's
my guy.
Nice to see that. What's it been like, the camaraderie with your group of guys?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, you can see the type of culture that this organization wanted to bring in with this draft class. I mean, I think all those guys are high character, obviously great players. So it's kind of cool to be around guys that are like that and get to know them. He's from Atlanta. I'm from just north of it. So really cool.
And your dreams are all kind of coming true at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think it's kind of interesting because the elder statesmen in your tight end room are just a year older than you in terms of football experience. So it's going to be a very young room. What are your thoughts on that? And you were a 4-year starter at Purdue, so it's not like you're new to the game or anything like that from a production standpoint, for sure.
Yeah. When I talked to Coach Van Dam the first time after I got drafted, he said we might have the youngest tight end room in America, so let that be a chip on your shoulder and let that motivate you even more. I'm excited to get in that room and get to work with those guys. Obviously, great players, and I'm just super excited for that opportunity and that chip to be on everyone's shoulder.
Being that you've only played football, organized for 5 years now, do you kind of stop and think, holy crap, I'm now on an NFL roster?
Yeah, it hit me yesterday when I walked in. I was like, man, this is kind of cool. Yeah, no, it definitely hit me. I called my high school coach that got me into football the other day and just thanked him again. I do that like once a week. But yeah, I mean, it's an awesome experience, and I hope it's nowhere near over yet.
How did he get you into football? What led to the transition?
He made a 3-point shot on a basketball court. He made me a deal where if he made that, I'd come out to a summer workout. So he made a bunch of those in a row, and now I'm here. So yeah, I lost the bet.
Did he have like some secret hoop skills that you were just not?
100%. 100%. He made like 8 in a row and just kept scooting back and kept looking at me saying, "You're going to play football now." So he was hiding something up his sleeve for sure.
And you're a lacrosse player before that. And speaking of Coach Wallace, your tight end coach at Purdue, he said that he feels like that experience, that background, really kind of contributed to the player you became. Can you talk about how the carryover between the two?
Yeah, especially with what I played in lacrosse and what I play in football. I played attack in lacrosse. I had to score goals. Tight end, obviously, in football. So creating separation from a defender is really, that's what it is in both. So, in lacrosse, if I wanted to score a goal, I had to get my hands free. In football, if I want to catch a pass, I got to get my hands free. So there's a lot of kind of small tie-ins that I think contributed towards both.
You grew up in Georgia. Why lacrosse, not football?
Yeah, my dad played football in college. I did play in like the Pee Wee levels, but going into high school, lacrosse, wanted to play year-round, travel, and recruiting starts a little bit earlier for lacrosse. So I thought that's what I was going to do in college.
And you weren't the fastest tight end at the combine.
No, sir.
At the same time, though, the fact that maybe you don't have the separation speed that other tight ends do, has that honed your ability to make those contested catches and kind of box out some of your defensive backs and linebackers covering you? Has it helped you become a more clutch receiver?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't have that separation?
Yeah. Like you said, I mean, I know what I am. I'm not going to pretend to be something I'm not. So my whole career, I mean, it's been my whole career. So I have to, find ways to create short space separation. Like I said, get my hands free, make those contested catches. It's just something that I got to do. If you put me in a phone booth, I got to be able to get open. So that's something I've always prided myself on being able to do. Yeah, maybe the 40 wasn't the best, but if you put me in a 10-yard box, I'm going to get open. So that's what I set out to do.
You made a spectacular catch at the Senior Bowl practice. Helmet came off, went up to get it in the end zone. Is that kind of a routine catch for you, or was that even one of those kind of wow moments where you surprised yourself?
No, it definitely wasn't a wow moment. I mean, I was happy I caught it for sure, but Coach Wallace, my tight end coach in college, always said, like, if we're in the red zone, the ball's in the air, you're not allowed to drop it. Like, if that happened in practice, it was a very, very bad day for the whole tight end room, maybe the whole offense. So that was just something that was so instilled into me. So I'm not super impressed by those catches. I just think it's part of my job. It's what I should do.
In talking to the front office and also members of the coaching staff, the comment was made that the majority of tight ends in this league are covered, and it's what really impressed them was your ability to make those catches. Scott kind of alluded to that already, the contested catches. Just what's key for you to being able to still make those catches despite the fact that you might not really be open?
Yeah, just kind of going back to it. It's not in my rule book it's not okay to drop passes. So you have to make those contested catches. That's my job as a tight end. Going across the middle, and I know I'm going to get hit, or I know there's someone already on me. It's just kind of a non-negotiable thing to stay focused and catch the ball.
I was gonna say, is it really, when you have somebody that's on you and you're kind of heavily covered, it's the concentration
Mhm.
that ultimately allows you to.
Definitely.
Who are some of the guys that you look up to that you study their tape in the NFL?
Yeah, definitely. Well, Gronk, obviously, since I was a kid, loved watching him. And then all my coaches in college, Coach Jack Doyle, played for the Colts for a long time. And I think there's a lot of similarities in our game. So I love taking bits and pieces from him. He was a technician, kind of did everything technically right. Because he wasn't the greatest athlete on earth, and he was super successful, Pro Bowl tight end. So love taking stuff from him.
And you mentioned Gronk. I think there's a lot of tight ends that wore 87 as a nod to Gronk. You get to do it for his last team now. Just want to ask you about what that means to you, and obviously you have some confidence to want to wear that number and do it right.
Yeah, absolutely. They gave me a small list of numbers to pick, and it was kind of a no-brainer for me. I mean, when I picked my high school number, I picked 87 because of Gronk. College number, it was still 87. Here, it's still 87. If someone else drafted me, if I would have asked for 87. But it's an honor. The greatest tight end of all time. I'm wearing his jersey from 2 years ago, so definitely an honor, definitely a privilege, and I'm looking forward to kind of trying to fill those shoes slowly.
Have you guys had a chance to talk yet or not?
No, not yet.
Put it out into the universe.
Cool. Thank you, guys.